My name is Randall Taylor. I'm the school board member for District Number 1, which is the East End, half East Liberty, Shadyside, East Hills, Lincoln Mall, Leamington. So I just want to again take a few minutes to share some of my thoughts, because I think some of my thoughts may be a bit different than my colleagues. I'm very concerned about what is happening right now with Peabody students. I happen to run into someone associated with Garfield Gators and Bob, and he said, you know, we're talking about in Garfield, what about the students of Peabody? And that's an unfortunate question that needs to be asked, because we have seen that in the newspaper. What about the students? We have board members right now who have no idea what about the students of Peabody. And my concerns continue to be, and what I always encourage you, hold your school board accountable, because they ultimately make that decision. Not the superintendent, it's ultimately the school board members. So I continue to be concerned why certain, as I said, Eddie, why certain school communities get these committees that bring together. Rogers Kappa got it. When we talk about the Kappa merger, they got it. When we talked about the Shinley, the people who initially did this, they got a committee. And it's probably, yes, and it's probably going to forget it. But when changes are made again to the East End schools, we each lost some pretty good schools. That's what concerns me. You ask that question about good schools being taken offline. That happened. We didn't get committees there. When they closed schools on the Hill District, they didn't get committees there. You had a few people on it, but you know what I'm talking about, Tom. The kind of committees that these have. And it's funny the recommendation that they come back with, because a lot of times the recommendations seem to reflect what the administration wants. So the idea again of the recommendation of going to Peabody, people need to know that I put that on the table. Again, once upon a time I believed with Shinley. At this time I do not believe what happened with Shinley. But Shinley's closed. The board voted to close it. It had to be moved. I put on the table last year an actual vote that the Shinley school be moved in total into the Peabody High School building. That was voted down by the board. I questioned why, population-wise, you couldn't fit all of Shinley, which was about 1,100, and then Peabody's maybe 600, into one facility. I was told it wouldn't hold 2,000 or 1,800 students. And I said, but I went to Peabody, and it had over 2,000 students. They haven't lopped off a section of the building that I noticed, or lopped off a whole floor, so why could it then hold 2,000, but today it can't? And so what happened after that was the board voted for it to go into rising staff. And the district, I believe, has spent, and is still spending, $5 million, and then come back, again, $5 million of our tax dollars, and then come back and say, move it to Peabody, which I initially had said should have been done. And then another peculiar part of that was the recommendation that it not move until 2012. Now, if we know anything about this administration, boom, it's closed, everybody get to move it. But on this one, it has to move to 2012. And my feeling is, again, based on no evidence, my feeling is that it's an embarrassment for the board administration for them to actually still be doing work next September if kids move out of there, spending $5 million on a facility that really wasn't set up for high school kids. They were trying to turn into high school kids, which they were told if you want to permanently turn it into a high school, it may cost you an additional $25 million.
55,
to do that. So what I'm saying is that's the kind of decision making that's going on. And there are a lot of kids who are being caught in the middle of this very peculiar decision making. And that's why we as a community have to stand up and say, hell on the church. No. No. For those kids, for those 200, or how many kids are in Peabody right now, 500 kids to read the paper, we don't know where you're going to go. What message is that sending? What message is that sending? Being talked about in the paper. So what I'm saying again, we need to continue. Thank you, Pure, and Kathleen and Nat for the work that you're doing and for doing that. Don't let people say it's only about Shinley, because I know you have other questions about this here. So what I'm saying is, you have to stay organized on behalf of these kids. I don't know what your school board is going to do on behalf of these kids. I'm saying, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I'm not running for school board again, because I feel I need to get out there with pure and some folks and be an activist again, because it's very difficult in this environment when you're seeing this kind of decision making and kids who, I'm not saying that our school board doesn't care about kids, but its actions speak far, far louder than its words. So I'm just saying again, and I think that we need to stay organized and begin to demand an answer about those kids. And if we do international baccalaureate moves to Peabody, then we demand that those kids and students of Peabody get a chance to be a part of that.